Hello, welcome back to Etsy Underachievers. My name is Jessica Trueblood, and I am the creator and the leader of the Etsy Underachievers group on Facebook. Today, we're going to be talking about wholesale, specifically wholesale for your handmade items. This came up in the group actually the past couple of days, and I thought it would be a good time to share my experiences with my own wholesale journey and try to help those that are interested find out if selling wholesale is right for you. So here we go. I'm going to do this video and I hope that it helps some of you kind of make that decision if you're looking to scale your business. So first of all, let's talk about what wholesale is. And I looked around, I found a description that I thought worked pretty well. It's the process of selling products in large quantities to a third-party retailer or distributor, typically at a discounted price. So that third party will then turn around and sell the products to the customers. You know, I think what in my mind, when I first got started on Etsy, I was making almost entirely handmade, customized products that were, with someone's name on it or their last name, or, I do a lot of hand wood burning. And so wholesale wasn't really right for me because I couldn't make my things in large quantities at a price point that made sense. I also couldn't, sell things to a large audience because they were typically personalized. So wholesale didn't make sense for me. But since getting a laser machine, a glow forge, my business is shifting a little bit. So I still provide those unique one of a kind items. I also make things that are faster to make and the price point is a little bit lower because I can make them in a batch, right? And they don't typically have personalization on that. So I started looking at wholesale. If you're in the Underachievers Plus group, which is our fast track training and coaching program that I run, we had a training last month with a person who does wholesale almost exclusively in her business now. She scaled it to a full-time business selling wholesale. And she came and talked about her experience using the website Faire, which I'll talk about in a minute. And I was curious. So I did my own experiment and set up my wholesale shop for some of my newer items just a couple of weeks ago. And I've had some successes. So now that I know a little bit more about this process, I wanted to share a little bit about what it looked like. This is what wholesale looks like if you're a visual graphic person. Typically, products get to the consumers in really multiple ways. Typically, you can sell right to the consumer, or you can sell to retailers who then turn around and price things to be bought by the customers. Think about this. All the stores where you shop, all the stores that are online, they need products. They need to sell things. And I started thinking about all the boutiques and the gift shops, even in my own community that I like to shop at, and thought, wow, these stores need products. They buy them. Sometimes they buy them directly, and sometimes they go to wholesale sites where they can get large quantities of things that they can make a profit on. So if that helps, let me see. I think I messed this graphic up. There's another. There's typically two types of wholesale: brick and mortar and online. So either you're going to sell things in a shop, a physical brick and mortar shop, or you're going to sell them in an online place. And with handmade goods, there are some venues that you can take to get your products to those stores so that they can sell them to the customers, which is cool, right? Okay, so let me get to the next slide. I think the question that people are asking is, should I do this? And how do I do it? And does it make sense for your business? Here are some reasons why I think it could work if you have, the right kind of product, right? The first one is increase sales with decreased marketing. When a wholesale order comes in, it's for a much larger quantity than I was used to getting on Etsy. If you're selling to a person on Etsy, was putting forth a lot of effort to get one sale to a person, and they walked away with my earrings. They paid retail price. With wholesale, someone just placed an order for 20 pairs of the earrings. So I'm getting slightly less per earring, but I sold 20 of them. And now 20 pairs of my earrings are going to end up in a store for customers to walk in and purchase. This is a brick and mortar store. And I didn't do anything extra. In fact, I just put things on the Faire website. I did no extra marketing to get this sale. Shared branding and networks. So if you join a platform like Faire or IndieMere, one of the other ones I'll talk about, they put money into marketing, kind of like Etsy does. They want buyers to visit the platform. And so they do marketing campaigns. They run specials. They run sales. They let you, email and email your customer base and tell them about your products through their platform. So you get the shared brand of, I'm a part of this online marketplace specifically for handmade goods, and you get the benefit of all of the marketing that these websites do. New markets with low overhead. So I looked at physical stores a couple of years ago, and at the time it didn't really make sense for the reasons I already talked about. My products were very personalized and they took a long time, and the stores that I looked at were interested in renting me a space. So when I did that math, it wasn't a good fit for my products to do the space rental and the sort of that commission base where they sell your product, you get a percentage of it. That's one way to go. This is new markets. These are all new customers that have never heard of me, and the overhead is really low. I'm not renting a physical space anywhere. I'm not restocking, physically going to the store and restocking my products and worry about the displays and any of that. So low overhead. I've done nothing to put my items in the store. That becomes the responsibility of the person with in this case, the brick and mortar store. Big orders consistently. So if you do it right and you set things up and you work it, which is you send your email campaigns. I've been approaching some local businesses to try to drive them to my Faire site. You can get big orders. Never had an order for 20 earrings before, and I've had several. So consistent. It's still early for me. It's only been a couple weeks. So how consistent it will be, I don't know. But in the couple weeks I've been open, I made about $300, and that is sales that I was not getting from any other avenue. So that's a win. Okay, so I think this is why you should sell. If you're not sure if your products are right, I think there are some things that don't necessarily translate as well to wholesale. Things that are really time consuming to make that you then would have to give a discount to. Personalized items are harder. Things that if you're sitting here thinking there's no way that I could take a 50% like a discount and still make a profit even with a large quantity, then it's probably not going to be a good fit for that product. Pricing, I think pricing is the biggest question mark and the thing you got to get right. You got to calculate your wholesale prices carefully. Typically, the wholesale discount is around 50%. And that sounds scary because if you're running a retail shop, if you're doing a 10%, 15% sale on Etsy, or when you go to a craft show, 50% feels huge. But remember, these are large orders in larger quantities. So again, you have to make sure that this works for you, because a store is not going to buy a product unless they can typically turn it around for twice the price markup. So if I normally sell a pair of earrings for $10, I sell them for $5 on Faire, and then the store can get them, turn around, mark them up, and then they can make the profit of that $5. And I've already made my money. So think about that, is that you've got to pick things that you can get still make a profit on at a discounted rate, but you're not getting, you're not paying for your Etsy fees, you're not paying for marketing, you're not paying for, the packaging and all of that. That's going to be part of the store's pricing. On the Faire site, which I'll talk about in a minute, they helped me calculate my prices. In fact, you put in the retail price and it automatically shows you what you could do a 50% discount. And then ultimately I get to set the prices so they don't force anything. But the advice that I was given early on was to try to find things that a store can turn around and basically double the price that they paid for it. So there are, at this time, not a ton. This is handmade wholesale. Now there are other wholesale, lots of ways to sell things wholesale, but for handmade goods, because we're in a handmade business, there weren't as many. They're Faire, which I'll talk about. I don't know if that's Hubba or Huba, Skew, Indie Me, Stockable, and these are ones that I did look at and browse. And some of them are newer, like Stockable, it's newer. They don't have a huge customer base yet, but these things change all the time. The one that I went with because I wanted to just try one was Faire. I'll show you what this this looks like, and hopefully my screen will share because I'm going to show you. Okay. Here, this is what Faire looks like. I'm going to give you a link to sign up for Faire. It's free to sign up, and in fact, they want as many buyers on the platform as possible. That's what makes the platform better, and that's how they can market to more shops, saying we've got 1,000 new sellers in the past 6 months, come shop. And they use that in their marketing efforts, kind of like Etsy. We're better when the platform has more handmade buyers with quality products. It makes the whole platform better. So check it out using my link if you don't mind. And what you do is you pick the products ahead of time. I would recommend spending a little bit of time before you go through the process, because once you click the link, it will walk you through getting approved. And then once you get approved, like you'll submit your application. And then once you get approved, that's your green light to go set your shop up. And it all happens really fast. It was very quick. So anyway, have in your mind what you think you want to sell, because they'll ask you, what products you'll be looking to sell. They might want to see if you're currently selling on Etsy or elsewhere, so that they can get a sense for what products, because in my opinion, they want to make sure that these are handmade products made by you and that they have a good variety on the website. So if you do get a message saying, we'll get back to you, there was, like when I first signed up there, they said there was a wait list, and then a few days later I got accepted. So if you applied a long time ago and it didn't work, try again, because I'm sure that their request list changes all the time. So you upload your products. You can actually bulk upload your products. You can take things from your Etsy listings, your photos, you can take your descriptions, your titles, and you can upload them from a Excel spreadsheet, which was pretty quick. And then once I listed a couple of things, now I'm in the groove. It was a little bit tricky at first because I didn't understand that the platform was very different. So it takes a little bit of a learning curve. And then now when I'm relisting things, I just duplicate the listing and swap the photos and the description out, because I'm only selling a couple different kinds of things. So again, you want to find things that you can make in large quantities, and things that you can make a profit on, things that can be then priced for profit by a store. The other thing that was cool is, so I have my own email list that I have gotten buyers to opt in for my Etsy shop. You can upload your email list to Faire. And when I opened, I emailed all of my previous opted in customers and told them that I was selling on Faire. And that got me a lot of traffic in the first couple of weeks that I was live, which helps. Just like any algorithm, it's looking for shops that are selling products in demand. So the more traffic you can get to your shop, the better. And then I also approached a couple of local businesses here in my area and sent them this link directly to try to get some interest going. in terms of the cost, to set up an account is free. If you bring in the customer, so if one of my customers previously or if someone locally uses my link to say, yes, I want to buy Jessica's earrings, Faire doesn't take commission. They only take a commission on customers that come in through the Faire platform. So basically anyone that didn't know about me before Faire and came and did a search for, looking for a certain kind of earring, and I sell it and they purchase from me, there's a commission. The first time that they buy, there's a higher commission. After that, it's lower. So take that in mind. It's just kind of like Etsy when you're first getting going, or any platform. There's some upfront costs and you're paying for the traffic on the platform, which we're used to on Etsy. So the second time a vendor makes a purchase, that commission is cut in half basically. And then anyone that I bring in, there'll be no commission. The other thing that I liked is that for a buyer, so if a store is looking for things, Faire is appealing because if they have problems with the product, I don't have to take returns back. I don't have to take returns back. Faire will take returns back and they won't take the money out of my pocket. That's part of that commission base that they do take. So if a product doesn't sell or something is unsatisfactory, I don't have to take returns, which is nice. So I did, I have a big order going out today and I'm just packaging that very simply. I'm not putting my I'm not worrying about this going to the customer because the store is literally going to take it and put it on their own displays. And it's nice because as Etsy sellers, we tend to go above and beyond with our packaging. And really it's just about putting the invoice in, maybe putting a thank you card and a discount or something for the future. And that's all you have to do. You don't have to put freebies in. You don't have to dress it up with, ribbon and bows because it's wholesale, which I liked. So anyway, the platform, if you're a buyer, it looks a little different. You're going to come in and you do a search for products. So I have a storefront here. It talks about me. All of my products are, on display using really nice photos. Like any platform, you want the photos to look really nice. You want them to stand out and you want to price for profit. So keep that in mind. That's it. I mean, I think if you're even considering it, I would recommend grab the link, check out Faire, submit an application, and see if this will be a good fit for you. Now, I don't know if I'll get to the point where I will be, having a full-time business on Faire. In fact, I don't think I will, but having a couple $100 extra a month for sales that I'm not doing frankly anything for except maintaining my storefront. And it's not like Etsy where I'm having to swap out titles and tags all the time. These are shorter titles, that you don't need to do the same SEO for. You want keywords in there, but not the same. So really, this is a storefront that I've set up. I'm going to change products out maybe seasonally, but that's it. I'd do it. Give it a shot. Let me know what you think. I'd love to hear your thoughts and your successes as you go through the wholesale process. See you next time.